Hello? Alright, there we go. I knew I had to unmute my mic at some point. Hello? It's your hero OC, Jeff Dragon, and today we are playing one of the collections I've been wanting to show off on YouTube for a while, since lately I've been saying, I haven't been making videos lately in about 3 months, and basically it's dead. Wonder how I can make it active again. And so, I decided to do. Welcome to the Capcom Fighting Collection. Now this is full of everything that we requested for. Like, for example, we requested Stalkers so much because the only way you played Stalkers back then is playing with PlayStation Now, which is ended, which had no use anymore. But luckily Capcom heard the cries of releasing old games back into again in one fighting collection. Kind of reminds me of Capcom, the fighting bundle. And you can see, as for example, unlike the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Edition, alright, you got your offline play. Sorry if my sister's dog's barking out the window. It's a bit complicated to say. So, of course, we got your English. Unlike the last game, unlike the last game where it got 7, I think I counted. This one, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games in this one. Now, I'm not saying it's just better than the Capcom beat 'em up bundle. It's a bit different. So, we're going to take a look at every single one of these games and see which ones are better and how I rate them. Because, after all, I just rate video games like the Angry Video Game Nerd. Yeah, shouldn't reference that. First up, we got Darkstalkers, the Night Warriors. Now, this came out in 1994. And I believe it plays a little bit like Super Street Fighter 2, but it has different mechanics. As you can see, it plays like Street Fighter 2, but it's a different game. This is Darkstalkers, the first original. Now I'm gonna go ahead and play it. Might as well play as Sasquatch. I'm sorry, Bigfoot. And make up your mind. It would said Bigfoot for a second. So yeah. The special, you got your health bars, your special meteors, and this is what I'm talking about in reference to like Street Fighter 2. This is the first game of Darkstalkers we're talking about, where it actually referenced the trilogy that we wish we want to come back. But, for example, Capcom is still simping Street Fighter, for example. Anyways, back to the game. Overall, it plays pretty okay. The characters... The only thing is... Frankenstein, Bigfoot. Yeah. I never noticed that before. The names were changed and then the real names show up. This is the monster mashing of fighting games of Street Fighter. Never mind. Look, and all I'm saying is, it is a great game to play. It's just that it's just your basic classic fighter. If you're having difficulties, like for Vampire Savior, we'll get into in a moment. The Night Warriors.
Night Warriors, Darkstalkers Revenge.
The second game so far, I believe, is rather interesting. I mean, first of all, if you happen to know Darkstalkers Resurrection, the PS3 game, Night Warriors was one of the games that you could play on there, and also Vampire Savior. I know it has a little bit of a confusing title to it too, but not too confusing, and it plays something like this. Yeah, this is how I know this is the second Darkstalkers. And this time, let me play as Hinako. Well, I can keep ground pounding him. That's at least a character surprise, right? Nope. Maybe I should have explained more. Maybe I should have explained the AI earlier. This AI is okay. At least I can win from it. But don't be fooled. As you continue on through the game, it gets harder. Trust me. So, I'm very new at Darkstalkers, actually. Since 2020 alone. As you can see why I'm not a professional at this. So... I gotta look at the supers when I'm doing right, just because I don't want to screw up. Yes, this second game improved much better, actually. Well, since the first one had a special meter, but the second one decided to use strength bars like 1, 2, 3. As you can see, the special bars. I'm an idiot. But... oh boy. Ouch. I don't know how she grabbed me like, ow. Okay, nope. 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 And nope. I can't believe I get knocked out when she's that low of health. It always irritates the fuck out of fighting game players. Trust me, I experienced that before, and you know it's gonna kick you in the ass. Ouch. I don't know how I got on that. Unbelievable. I kind of spoke too soon on that AI part. Not a bad mouse. Next time I might make it an effort. Whatever. It's okay. Of course, you want to put your initials. That's how they do it back in the day. But at least you'll be on top of everything else. Not really if you have a brother and sister that is good at you. Vampire Savior. Now this is the original game, the first game I ever encountered on Fightcade. Capcom. It has that special logo where Akuma and that other character is. And it has a pretty neat intro while it's at it. Yeah, that's the intro right there. This time let's play as my main character, Felicia. Not my sister, by the way. But Felicia the cat. I always like this skin and color. And look how much damage I can just... Unlike Night Warriors and the first one, Vampire Savior has a lot of things you can do. Like, for example, you could play on Turbo, you could play on Auto, even Auto Turbo. And so far, alongside with Marvel vs. Capcom, so try a super. And the most thing I like about this character, she has the most easiest supers in the game by so far. Not like the Akuma input. I was like, when I looked up how to do the supers on the other characters, some of them have like these weird Akuma like logs in. I tried and it feels like it's fucking confusing. But at the same time, heck, your main might be just Victor, our next opponent. Or Felicia, like I play her. Of course, that missed. Ouch. You can see why I'm pretty much wrecking him along the way. Oh, that's a bastard. He just killed me in one shot. Joke's on you. Well, that's how I beat those stupid AIs. Never learn. But that's Vampire Savior. Now, in my opinion, it's a very great game to start where you want to start at Stalkers. I mean, literally, anything. Like, like anything that is possible, that this game was not available for the PlayStation and other modern consoles is because there's no collection in this released yet. So let's get out of here before I get wild on this. Vampire Hunter 2. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't have an English release. These two were exclusively for Japan. And before I know it, I was like, wow. I was like, wow. But Vampire Hunter 2 isn't like the original Night Warriors, as you will see in a moment. Yeah, the characters have changed in this game. Still I want to play as John Tabayan, which is Galleon in Japan. Now this is the other favorite character of mine. Even though this character is gotta be one of the S ranked tier, I think. But I haven't looked at a tier list lately. And of course, it goes like that. I mean, the stage's color changes, like Bashiman's. Yeah, this is originally Vampire Savior settings. It's nothing else. Which I'm okay with. But at the same time, there's one missing character that... Did nobody discover anymore? So, yeah, what Vampire Stalkers... I mean, Vampire Hunter 2... It's just basically Vampire Savior, but the characters in the game were changed. And the second Vampire Savior 2 is finally out. What, you don't get it? Let me break it down. You see, Vampire Savior 1, that's the only port we got in the English version, while these two stayed in their Japan. At the same time, like Battle Circuit was only in Japan exclusive, and in Europe, which is the UK. I never expected anything much. But they decided to add in these two so we don't have to worry about anything else.
Vampire Savior 2, the Lord of Vampire.
And like I said, it changed the characters up a little bit, introducing Dolvan Chiron and Phobos from the original Night Warriors. I'm gonna play as this character on Turbo for a little while. Oh, I almost had it perfect. I almost had it perfect. So yeah, Vampire Savior 2 is basically swapped characters, but some of the characters are missing, like John Debian and other characters, and Autobath. As you can see, I could simply... Basically, I'm just pressing high punch and high kick, basically what I'm doing. It's just how much... I'm not even sure... Like... And the thing about Phobius is, he's protecting a kid. Just like this. Just like Dolvion protecting a little girl from this nightmare of his. It's pretty neat, actually, and this is why I liked Phobius in the first place. I wish he wasn't. I just wish he wasn't. He wished one of the characters. Basically, he's supposed. I hopefully think he's a good character. I think. That was so fine. Whoa. Next up, we got Cyberbots. Now, this might be interesting, but I recommend Cyberbots as a tryout. First of all, there's only 6 characters that you could play that pilots, but that's just the pilot select. I mean, want to play as, I want to play as this character. And that's not all. There's different kind of robots. The body type, and the robots themselves. I'm going to use the vase, because it's a robot walking like a tank. Oh. And I forgot, I might have modified the controls too. Because I think the controls for this a little bit off. Like, instead of triangle usually shoots rockets, X is strong punch usually, and square is just your basic attack. stage falling down, and oh, there we go. Bam, bam. I didn't know what the super that was, but I did something. Ace. Of course, you'll take my chances, huh? You're just nothing. I mean, I don't know about Santino, what his character is. I'm still trying to figure that out. Yeah, it lets you do like a bunch of grabbing moves. That's what I prefer. Or you could play as as blades or fists, if you want to call it. Ow. Shit. And that's what happens sometimes. You struggle and then the CPU still takes you down under. But at the same time, if you get skill at this game, but I don't have a lot of skill at this game. Still, I gotta need more practice on it, but it's a good chance to play at least. And I'm gonna lose, am I? So close. Doesn't matter. Next up, we got Puzzle Fighter Turbo. Oh boy. A puzzle fighter game? Well, exactly. Capcom released a puzzle game that includes all the Capcom All-Stars. But like,
Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo.
Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, or in the Japan version, Super Fighter Puzzle Fighter X. It has different counter gems, which you're gonna have to memorize if you have the puzzle skills. But play as Felicia again. As for example, Puzzle Fighter is none other than what you call a puzzle game. That's it. But for some reason, it's kind of a request, so maybe it deserves it. But on my case, There's nowhere else you could play Puzzle Fighter other than Fightcade for a little bit. I mean, most of these arcades I experienced were mostly on Fightcade, unfortunately. But I would explain them. Now, if you're not fast enough, it gets a little bit hard. Because these guys are going to have a lucky chance, and you're going to be like raging through the roof. I mean, there's only 2 rounds, and that's what makes it so intense. You only win 1 round, or the other opponent wins, and you have to insert another coin. So, I mean, it's... Alright, let's get out of this. I'm getting too focused on this to talk. That's the only problem. When I record these videos, I just get so distracted by the games that I was like, I'm not gonna be... Okay. Honestly, I so focused in the game. What I was trying to say, I was so focused into the game that I forgot I was doing this video. Next up is Super Gen Fighter Mini Mix. Now this we've been waiting for a while, because this never come out at any console at all, except the old consoles. I mean, it has an easier hidden character thing, don't get me wrong, just by selecting this way or that way. But I'm gonna think I play as Tesla. Now Tesla is from Red Earth, and I kind of like playing her in Pocket Fighter for some reason better than Red Earth. Because in Red Earth, it's a bit different. Pretty much trying to sum up to everything. I mean, It's like the easier fighting game that you ever come. This was made towards easier beginners of fighters, or pretty much younger audiences, for sure. But in my case, this is just a beginner fighter that you can play. I mean, it's simple to use. You got your basic punch, kick, and if you learn more on Gem Crash, I have no idea. But there is a move that you press with the circle button, like that one, and it flays the opponent and it just hits you. Why? I just don't understand that. Alright. Forgot to show off the super moves. Yeah, you know, you want to get supers as well, but it's rather easy to like that. It's really easy to do. The supers are really easy too. It has a cool KO effect when you do a super. I mean, Super Gem Fighter is a great game to play when you're a beginner at fighting games. Hyper Street Fighter Anniversary Edition.
Street Fighter 2, the Anniversary Edition.
Hyper Street Fighter, huh? Hyper Street Fighter 2, the Anniversary Edition. Now this is for Street Fighter fans. You can choose anything you want, like at this level, so I'm gonna use Super Turbo. That's how I want to play it. Gonna play as Ken this time, because why not? And out. Okay, as long, and you know, for some Street Fighter fans, you know the AI is really in this, don't you? Rather hard, actually. And this is why I'm talking, and that's why I mentioned earlier about the AI, because it just is this. Seriously? How did I get hit from there? Unbelievable. try normal Street Fighter E Honda. Anything. Now, I used to play a lot of. Now, I try to play a lot of E Honda offline. Because he has this one move that is very easy to use. You just have to press the button 4 times on any punch. Oh boy. And this might be a charge character where you have to hold back and then at the same time press the other opposite direction and a button at the same time. Oh boy. Not big on Street Fighter, by the way, but try Zangief. Now Zangief has this one move that you're gonna you're gonna have to like it's like this grab move, like that one, but frickin' Ryu is making it unfair. Look at this. This is literally spamming. What kind of AI that just spams is like this? This is really ridiculous. But then again, it's just Street Fighter. I almost quit right there because this guy... Fuck. As you can tell already, I'm getting frustrated. What plans he got? There's that tiger. Shit. I could play it by your game. Forget it. And that's one reason that I'm not big into Street Fighter. It's because the AI is stupid. And last but not least, Red Earth. But in Japan, Warzard.
Red Earth.
Now in Red Earth, unfortunately, it's only 4 characters. Now this game, I wish there was a sequel to this. Like, I'm not kidding. It's one of those games that were amazing, like they introduced these freaking monsters I like. And also, and this is where Tesla comes from. we're gonna play as Mei Ling. Because this is how I beat this game with Mei Ling. And it has a password system, which some players know. I don't, unfortunately.
No mercy. Attack.
That did not do shit. There we go. And here's my favorite Red Earth character. This motherfucking dinosaur right here. I was like, what the hell?
No
I want to tame that thing. For real. Instead of killing it. I mean, Hauser is one of the characters that was introduced in Mugen. I remember him in Mugen anyways. Or Mugen, for example. And that's Red Earth. So that's all of the games. And I have... So let's get to the ratings. Darkstalkers The Night Warriors. I think it's one of the good games that was never released so far. At least I could give it a chance. But overall, this game gets a 7 out of 10. Well, unfortunately, it just feels like Street Fighter 2. They just copied like Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And I'm not saying it to be mean, but it is a bit something like it. Plus, like, I'm like not a Browns on this for some reason. Night Warriors. Now, it has more characters. I mean, it does like Night something. The characters are great. It's simple. The characters are great. The sprites are great, and the background looks different. But I will give this an 8 out of 10. We all know what I'm gonna give this thing. A 10 out of 10. One of the classic Darkstalkers games that you can play and still playable to this day. it has hype, I believe. But I'm wishing that these two had hype. But Vampire Saber stood out from these two. Vampire Hunter 2. Now, overall, it swapped some of the characters out, including some. There's one missing character slot, which I believe, I don't know, could it be an unlockable or something? But Vampire Hunter 2 plays exactly the same thing as the original Vampire Savior, so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 just because it just copied this. But for Vampire Savior 2, I'm going to give this another 10 out of 10. Now, you might be thinking, why are you giving this a 10 out of 10? Well, for example, 1, I don't care what you say. 2, this game should have an English release, I wish. And the other characters in the game, I don't mind. But even though the background colors are a little bit different than the original, but still, it brings back the characters that wasn't in Vampire Savior before. Cyberbots. Now, I believe that has a lot of robots, has a lot of things, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 just because it has a lot of selectable options. Now for Super Puzzle Fighter Turbo. Yeah, no, I'm just thinking this is not a fighting game. But for example, it's a great puzzle game that is in a fighting collection. But at the same time, it counts as a puzzle fighter. So it's very interesting that they came up with this concept. But I'm still giving it an 8 out of 10. Super Gem Fighter. Yeah. Should I do it? 10 out of 10. Well, what do you expect? This game came out of nowhere and surprised many of fans who enjoyed playing it. I'm still trying to improve myself in this Gem Fighter. I mean, even though the Japanese version is called Pocket Fighter, but in the English version, it's just Super Gem Fighter. It's all out gem madness. Hyper Street Fighter 2. I already said earlier I'm not a big hit on Street Fighter, but just for the AI to be like cheap like that, and if you don't know what you're doing, they could beat you up like that. I'm giving this a 5. Like, don't get me wrong, because the AI is really fucking stupid. And at the same time, never made the cut. Actually, it did for Street Fighter fans, but it is a good game to play. multiple characters? Hell yeah. It's a Street Fighter action where you can take characters from all the other Street Fighters, put them together and fight each other. It's kind of a good concept. Last but not least, Red Earth. Another 10 out of 10. I mean, yeah. I got 4 10 out of 10 so far. But for Red Earth, I feel like this is the game that should have another sequel in the modern days. Well, for example, how about we get more characters? Like, I wish Capcom was not too focused on their first Street Fighter collection. If they weren't, they would have focused on Red Earth, getting a sequel, adding more characters to it, and it will be blown up. Like the fandom wishes come true. So that's all the games I did. Wow. It's a bit long for me to do all of these because I wasn't focusing right. Thanks guys for watching this. Be sure to give it a like and subscribe. Also, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Anytime. Or not. It's okay. It's your decision. Just to be sure to keep your spirits up and drag it on. See ya, folks.